Welcome back to our Q&A portion with Mrs. Judy Johns of Keller Williams Realtor, broker here in Kansas City. Right now is our Q&A portion. We're going to bring up guests from the audience who are here for our interview. And if you'll step right up, first question, please.
Close way. Can I come? There we go.
There you go.
Is that good? Judy, you and I know each other as a Keller Williams Realtor.
Thank you for
proud.
saying that correctly.
I am very, very proud of that. And there's two things that I would like to put out here. The first one is that you are well known for spelling Judy Johns with small letters, no capitals. So I'd love for you to tell that story. And then as far as the culture of Keller Williams, we just really got into that just a little bit. Talk a little bit about like Red Day and a number of the other things, KW Cares, HPIC, about that and how we take care of each other, because I think that's so important as part of the culture.
Thanks for the question. Well, the lowercase Judy, where should I be looking? Whoops. The lowercase Judy Johns came as a result of a Valentine's Day. And I was doing a big mail out, and I was signing everything personally. And doing the whole big J just was too laborious. So I just went zip, lowercase and put hearts over it. Well, later on I dropped the hearts, but that's been it. And now it's been kind of a marketing thing, which I think it's important that everybody get their one little marketing thing. And that's the lowercase J. I'm very, and also about saying realtor. You don't say docator and you don't say realtor. You say realtor. So thank you, Phyllis, for saying that correctly. The other things that KW does, which I think are pretty exciting, Keller Williams Cares began in Austin, Texas, and has gone globally now to honor Mo Anderson, who was the CEO for a while, on her birthday in the second week of May. That day, Keller Williams agents put a halt to everything and devote numerous hours. You can imagine a year's worth of hours across the country and give to an organization, either physically or just in some way. Habitat for Humanity, we take wagons and walk them down to Children's Mercy of crayons and different things like that. Locally, Keller Williams Cares on a national level, but locally we have Heartland Partners in Caring, and our agents contribute to this organization. It's a 501c3, and as our agents have health issues where they're not able to work, a death in the family where there's no money for a funeral, a crisis as such, then the board gives grants even here locally. And it's then we have an inspirational breakfast on an annual basis. But it's a real heartwarming thing to be a part of. And I was the chairman of the board of that for several years. I've since resigned from that, but still an active part of it. Yeah, we take care of each other.
Excellent. Okay, next question. Come on down.
Judy, you mentioned about creating a company that you would never leave. You gave, I believe, 4 points. I got 3 of them, but could you just talk a little bit more about that type of a company?
Yeah, well, and you ask yourself, what would make it a company you would never want to leave? And Gary was they wanted higher commission splits, which we have a cap on how much each agent pays into the company on anniversary level. They wanted more say in how things were run, hence there was the Agent Leadership Council, which is like a board of directors and meets monthly. Open book company. That's pretty fascinating in today's world when you think that any agent can go into our market center administrator, which is like a CFO, and say, let me look at the books. We open them up once a month at our ALC meetings so that you know that the commission the company dollar that you're contributing is not buying my car. I did that myself. And training at a very high level. Oh, it's a 5th thing. Voice in the company, higher commission split, yeah. Yeah.
Great question.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Kathy Lucas.
Hi. I just want to say, first of all, you know, when you talked earlier about your purpose and so forth, and this was my first one to be able to attend live.
Oh,
so I
cool.
wanted to be able to say thank you, because I think people come into our lives at a particular time and a particular reason.
Yes,
And your
absolutely.
message resonated with me a lot
Oh, you gave me
today. So
goosebumps.
thank you. But my question for you today is, you know, as you look at your business and the market and so forth, how do you see it changing, not only from the millennials, but, you know, as I'm watching everything that's being built is all around apartments, it's all around renting. How does that affect your business and how you guys look going forward?
Yeah, that's a great question. When we were in the really downshift, this was my word. In the Bible, it says the poor shall always be with you. I always say the first-time buyer will always be with you. So forget about all the others. I'll just focus on first-time buyers. No, that's not really true. But I think there's the home ownership, unless Congress does something really weird. I think home ownership is always a foundation of our country. And so that will always be there. I think the millennials ultimately want home ownership as well. The boomers are changing our market now because, and you know, we've crossed out that word downsizing. We're calling it right-sizing. Because literally, it's not that we're going down, we're going right. And that population is demanding certain types of homes. So I'm seeing a major shift in what people desire. I think the huge, grandiose homes are not for everyone. It's no longer the dream. Quality is becoming a higher value. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Great question. Thank you.
Hi, sugar.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Love me some Kyle.
So you just recently ended a term on the Kansas City Regional Association of Realtors serving the industry. Why did you get started in that, and why do you feel that's important? And then the second question is, what business book or books would you recommend that are your favorites of all time?
Oh, great question, Kyle. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so way back in the beginning, I was urged to become part of the Realtor organization. And I thought, well, that's a great idea, but I've got to sell a house because I've got kids going to college. But ultimately, you reach a point where you just feel compelled to give back and to serve. And it was a big joy for me to be elected. Number one, that's the first election I'd ever been in, and I won it. That was pretty cool. But it was such a joy to be on a board that was making decisions for our industry, for 10,000 people. Book-wise, I think Gary Keller's book, The One Thing, probably is almost revolutionary for people in their lives. And Gary has a sign on his desk that says, until my most important thing is done today, everything else is a distraction. And the old adage of 21 days makes a habit, Gary did research like you cannot believe, and there was a study, I believe, in Britain that said, no, it's more like 100 some days. But he defined it to about 66 days to create a habit that will be life-changing and in your life. And that, I think, is, I will tell you, one of my favorite, my newest favorite thing, I found that I had a CD that I didn't know I had. I probably had it for 10 years, never opened it. But it was Napoleon Hill, Your Right to Be Rich. And it's not just about money. And I have to tell you, I'm on my second or third time listening to it in the car. I need to take it out and take notes. There's also a workbook that goes. But it's Napoleon Hill himself speaking, and he sounds like a Southern Baptist preacher. He says, you know, one of the rules for success is going the extra mile. And I mean, it's the most fabulous thing that I've listened to. Highly recommend that.
So what is your one thing
Today?
today?
Today was to focus on being the best that I could be for y'all.
And does it change every day?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, Lucas defined me. I was asked the question, when you wake up in the morning, what's on your mind? And I generally would say, well, what's my purpose today? But Lucas said, no, Judy, you live in the world of curiosity, which is the best world ever to be in. Because when you live in the world of judgment, you see things from a jaded perspective and you don't know what the other person is living in their life. So when you live in the world of curiosity, okay, maybe that's my one thing, then you want to ask questions. And when we ask questions, we get in relationships. When we get in relationships, our world expands.
Brilliant. Yes, sir. Come on.
Well, you're cute.
Thank you. I'm a first year in realtor. I'm with Platinum Realty, and just a couple questions.
Okay,
First,
may I coach you for a second?
Sure.
Would you please repeat that word, R-E-A-L-T-O-R?
Realtor.
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 Realtor. Okay.
Realtor.
Thank you.
Hey, there we go.
That was my purpose today.
So the first question is, do you enjoy helping a buyer find a home or a seller sell their home? And the second question is, what kind of advice do you give to, first-time realtors that are,
I love you.
I'm in my first year. I have, it's a struggle finding, new clients. So I mean, any advice for,
Yes.
first-time?
Well,
realtors?
first, in answer to your question about the buyer or the seller, I love both. I love having a buyer in my car and helping them achieve what they want. I love helping sellers close on their house. So for you, you've got your looks going for you for starters, okay? So never
Thank you.
back off from that. But it's all about lead generation, darling. It's all about lead generation and being at open houses and asking questions and with your shoulders back, having an inner knowing that you're the best to help them.
Good.
And keep that mindset going.
Yeah.
I am the best. People, and have affirmations. People come to me easily. I am the best for them. People love me. People are drawn to me. People refer to me easily. Write yourself some affirmations and believe them.
Okay. Yeah, because there's a lot of competition
You
out there
think?
today with so many realtors. So I know.
Say it one more time.
Realtors.
Realtor.
Realtors.
2 syllables.
Realtors. I'm going to get it right. So, yeah, and I mean, that's what it's like every day I check the MLS and it's like a new listing with a new realtor, with a new brokerage. And it's crazy how it's just.
It also tells you the market's not dead. It doesn't.
Yeah, that's true. It is growing.
Yeah.
So.
Get out there, knock on doors. I picked up a buyer at a gas station.
Wow.
I just always have your ear open.
Yeah.
In a restaurant, you'll hear somebody say new home, you're going,
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
Just always have that Raz working.
that's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good luck, babe.
Thank you.
Aww.
Mr. B?
Am I good looking too?
You're hot.
Yeah, thank you. I love her. Judy, obviously, you taught me something I hadn't heard before today. You mentioned sales servant. I haven't. Great term, by
That's
the
the
way.
first time I ever said it.
Really? Well,
Yes,
I don't know
it
if this
just
is going to
came to
work or
me.
not then, but I was going to ask you to drill down on that a little bit and maybe give us the 3 top activities a sales servant would do for anybody in service businesses to real estate or whatever.
That's a great question, and that helps me define it for myself as well. I think I have a knowing that when we come from a servant heart, it's not about us. And you're that way, Brian. When it's about your client or your customer, and you're wanting what's best for them, that's the highest level. And then number 2 is maintaining that in a leadership role. Okay, let me just take a detour for a second. In a leadership role, for me, it's important that no one works for me. They work with me. And I think that's your spirit as well. So I would toss that into that we're a with, it's a we. It's not you for me.
Right.
And then in terms of clients, it's we for them. And it's more the platinum rule. It's not so much how I want to be treated. It's we need to learn and ask questions and find out how they want to be treated.
Heard that somewhere before.
Yeah, it's a platinum rule. Yeah, it's a golden rule in the platinum realm. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
You bet.
And thank you for coming today.
Oh, this is fun. Are you kidding?
Come on down, Ms. Knight.
Hi, sweetie.
I I don't have a question. I have comments, and just a couple of them. One is, my son that's 43, I always ask a lot of questions, and my 8-year-old
Good girl.
granddaughter does too, and my son will say, don't be so nosy. Now I'm going to say, I'm not nosy, I'm curious, and if you need an explanation of that, go see Judy Johns, because she'll set you straight. The other thing is I've had the opportunity for a year now to get to know this lady at Keller Williams. I am there just about every week. I'm not a realtor. However, I have the opportunity, and I'm telling you, everybody at 465 of those agents speak very highly of this woman.
Oh,
and
thank
if you
you.
have the opportunity to sit down with her, just talk with her, her generosity, her love, and her appreciation for everybody that works with her is awesome. And I am so thankful
Oh,
that you
thank
came to talk with us today.
Oh, well, thank you for the
You're
invitation.
welcome, but thanks again.
That was fun, wasn't it?
It was
It was a
delightful.
blast. And I'd like to thank everyone for their questions today, and also for Judy for your wisdom once again. Continue to be cultivated. And with that, that wraps up our Q&A portion. Thank you very much for joining us, and have a fantastic rest of the day.
Yes, thank you.